Hello and welcome back. This is another Dragon Age 2 Let's Roleplay. I am Marion Hawk with the funny helmet on. Trust me, I'm going to sell that. Getting something a little bit nicer looking. A little bit more refined looking. I look like a thug. So now we just...
Did you see a couple of children causing a racket here? No?
Children? No. So we have Varric in the group, and his brother is over there, Bartrand. We have to accumulate 50 gold. We have 15 silver, so we have a lot of work to do. And so this is me. I have a bit of leather items, nothing that special. But you know, I have no jewelry. I have nothing magical on me. I hope Bethany still kept that. Fire damage, plus 3 fire damage. So she definitely needs a new staff, one that does fire. And I know I sold that cheaper one, but it didn't do any damage. And it would, her bonus to fire would not have made up for the damage, less damage. I'm not sure where to go, actually. So we are right here in Hightown. So I guess this is kind of like where the wealthier nobles frequent. Varric was saying it's the best place to be. Sure who that is over there. We have did we have, let's see what our journal says, what I wrote down. Deliver Flemeth's amulet to the keeper Marathari in the Dalish camp on Sundermount. Now I know about that. That was a while ago and we still haven't done it. New home, go to Gamlen's home, and Gamlen's home is my uncle in Lowtown. A friend of the guard, Aveline, may have information about working with the city guard. Talk to her at the barracks in the Viscount's Keep. The Deep Roads Expedition. Yes, bring 50 gold sovereigns. Find a way to become a partner in the Deep Roads Expedition. Business discussion. Talk to Varric in Lowtown's Hangman Pub. It's not here, obviously. And, okay, so there's other things to do, and a lot of these things, such as the bonus items that we have, there's going to be items at home from our estate that our uncle did not sell. Then I'll be able to go and get quite a few items. I'll probably be able to outfit myself and the group quite a bit better. A memento of the past. Return home to reminisce about a harrowing experience. So everything is about going home. And Black Emporium, go home to see if any letters have been delivered. Exile Prince, go to the Chantry. Hightown by day. That's just something we'll run into while we're out here. Okay, so there's all these other item packs. Okay, so that's it. Let's get out there. I guess we're just going to start exploring because there's things to do everywhere we go. And this will be our city. This is our new home. No returning to Ferelden now if we're trying to make a living here. The Red Lantern District. Well, that sounds... I don't know how that actually sounds. It sounds like there probably should be a brothel or two and a few taverns about. Or maybe all in one. The barrel, wooden staff. Nature damage, not what we need.
You don't seem to like your brother very much.
And here I thought it took blood magic to read minds.
I had a twin brother, Carver. He used to nail my braid to the bed while I was sleeping. I never thought I'd miss him this much.
Sorry about your brother. Hey, you want mine? I got a spare.
This is leaving the area, which we don't want to do right now. So I have to get my bearings myself. I haven't played this since just after my son was born, my first son. And he's 3.5 now. So it's been about... And that was more than 3.5 years ago. So yeah, it's been a while. The Blooming Rose. I take it that this is a tavern.
And here we are in the brothel.
Or?
My day is complete.
Madame Lucine runs the place for Harlan. Or with him. Or on him. It's a coterie thing.
I don't care how much that man pays. I'm not rubbing Hubert's feet again until he pays. Disgusting.
What's this? So we've come into a brothel. Hello.
I'll get your order in a minute.
My eyes are always open for something to pilfer, though there's not... People usually keep nice things locked up, unfortunately. But I do have ways around that. But I have to do it unnoticed. I don't know who these people are, but I think we barged into the wrong area. Let's go into here.
He didn't really ask you to wear a feather boa.
All Asians, darling. You get used to it.
Elven harlot.
Don't you threaten my boy, you skinny hag! I'll have you sacked!
What?
Madam doesn't give a rat's ass about your brat. She pays me a copper every time I kick the little bastard.
Nice place. Hello.
Tell Sabina if her
The merchandise is up
again,
front.
I'll drop kick him out the door.
Merchandise is up front, huh? Well, we've already passed there.
And waiting for you upstairs, Sarah.
Many thanks, Madame Lucine.
I think she's Mademoiselle. She's in charge here.
Ferelden, are you? We are not a charitable organisation, Sarah. If you cannot pay, you will have to take your lonely self elsewhere. Is that clear? 2 sovereigns for premium service, 1 sovereign for standard service. 50 silver and someone may touch you. Briefly.
I'm not interested.
Of course you aren't. Poverty had nothing to do with your decision, I'm sure.
Oh my gosh. No, we're not really... My uncle's here. My Uncle Gamlin's here.
I won't mention this to your mother if you don't.
Now that's kind of funny. Fitting, too.
Welcome to the Blooming Rose. Personally, I wouldn't say it's blooming precisely, but the name's not my choice.
I'll get your order in a minute.
I don't want to order anything. Not really interested in this place.
Do you ever wish you lived in Orzammar?
Great ancestors, no. You know what Orzammar is? It's cramped tunnels filled with nug shit and body odor. And every person there thinks he's better than you because his great-great-great-grandfather made a water clock or something.
But they're your people. Don't you even wonder what it would be like?
I have a good imagination. Why would I waste it on that?
Never been to Orzammar myself. Ah, now this is what I was on the lookout for. What is this? A stone toe? It's junk. A stone toe, a chipped from a great dwarven statue, may be of interest to a dwarf new to the surface and looking for pieces of home. These surfacers often drift to the Lowtown Bazaar. Well, maybe it's not junk, maybe we can do something with it. Quite extravagant in here. Ah, I can pick this.
I don't think I can do that.
Ooh. Okay, use a rogue of sufficient skill to open locked items or disarm traps.
I can't do that. Not good.
I need to read what that says. I don't want quests. Is it codex? Art of War. Locks. Use a rogue of sufficient skill to open locked items or disarm traps. Lock and trap difficulties progress from simple to standard to complex to master. Defeating each of these requires 10, 20, 30, and 40 points of cunning, respectively. We are not that high. Attributes. We are 15 in cunning, so it's a standard. We are quite a few seasons away from opening that up, but you know what? I probably should throw the next couple seasons in there to open up standard traps right away, or standard locks.
I don't think I can do that.
Can't open that one either. Is there an upstairs? I don't know. I don't see any way.
I swear by untrusting, you little monster. Pinch me again and you're dead.
Must be talking about the little elven child walking around. Oh, who are these guys? Oh, elves of some kind. Design. Rune of Lightning. You can design runes? I could not remember the crafting for this game for the life of me. Acquired a crafting recipe. A skilled craftsman can use this recipe along with resources you discover. Interesting. Okay. It's a barrel. Cracked wooden shield. Oh my gosh, you hear that? Someone's having fun. Another shield. An onyx shield. Sorry. I have to laugh. I think the worst, most distracting thing I've ever seen in any video game in my life was with the part in what game was that? South Park, the Stick of Truth, where you get shrunken by the gnomes. The gnomes come into your room and take your underwear, and you try to stop them. So you beat them up easily, and then they come back and shrink you right away, and then you chase them down to try to get unshrunk, and they go into your parents' room, which is next door, and your parents are having sex on their bed, and you battle the gnome, the tough boss gnome, on your parents' bed, in between your parents having sex, and yes, they show every part, and it was just, I couldn't believe that they put that in the video game. I was shocked. I was laughing, but I was also shocked. It was pretty crazy. And basically at the end, once you defeat the gnome, what is it? Your mother's breast squishes the gnome, and then your father's balls squish you. And that's how the battle ends. And then you wake up. And I don't think it was a dream. It was supposed to have taken place. It's just crazy. Viscount's Keep, a friend on the guard. So this is where we go for Aveline. This is just one section of the city too. So there's lots to see. Though there's exits everywhere, leaving area right there. So that's a brothel.
Are you really not afraid of apostates? Not even a little?
Sunshine, I'm a dwarf, in case you missed that detail.
Dwarves aren't completely immune to magic, you know.
No. I meant there are at least 30 people in this town who'd murder my family over trade deals. Who has time to worry about apostates with a merchant's guild breathing down your neck?
In that case, I see.
Let's continue this way. Oh wow, everything's so extravagant. Holy. Not like Ferelden at all. Everything's simple in Ferelden. Kirkwall, Hightown. At the height of the Tevinter Imperium slave trade, Kirkwall's elite prospered beyond dreams of avarice. Hightown was built for the wealthiest slavers, its glitzy mansions rising atop a great wall of rock that borders on one side the waking sea. Lowtown cowers on its other side until Kirkwall's slaves rose to plunder and destroy Hightown's riches. Today, Hightown's prominent buildings are the Keep, home to the ruling Viscount, and the Chantry, both home to the Grand Cleric and the city's religious center. Both are converted estates that once housed wealthy magisters, rebuilt and converted after the uprising. From Brother Genitivi during his travels.
Tea, a leg of ham, daisies for the front hall, and... oh, what am I missing?
An elven, not a slave. I don't think slavery's gone here. I don't know slaves. Elven servant. This guard helmet's kind of cool. Oh, wait, maybe not. Look cool from the side. Wow. I am awestruck. That's amazing. So Aveline is in here.
No, that can't be true. You can't miss the Keep. It practically screams nothing fun ever happens here. Things will never change.
They were talking over there. I missed what they're saying because Varric was opening his mouth. Yeah, I don't like the idea of reusing the same areas again for quests that you run through. You'll see it'll come up over and over again. But this is a lot of work that they put into everything else, like in the city. I'm impressed in character, and I'm impressed for myself. I mean, it's pretty amazing. If that was real, I would just be like, wow. It's almost like being in, I don't know, ancient Rome. It's the only thing I can think of that compares to it. Maybe Constantinople. What is this? Gather your party?
Please stop kicking the wall.
Who are you to talk to me like that, you bloody peasant?
The guard who'll throw you out if you kick that wall one more time.
Kicking a wall, huh? What is this? Gather your party. Oh, I can change party members. Oh, Aveline is there, but she cannot join. She's grayed out. Okay. Interesting. They didn't have anything like this in Dragon Age Origins. There's going to be a lot of minor changes. Hierarchy of the Circle. It is no simple matter, safeguarding ordinary men from mages and mages from themselves. Each circle tower must have some measure of self-government, for it is ever the Maker's will that men be given to the power to take responsibility for our own actions, to sin and fail, as well as to achieve the highest grace and glory on our own strength. You, who will be tasked with the protection of the circle, must be aware of its workings. The first enchanter is the heart of any tower. He will determine the course of the circle will take. He will choose which apprentice may be tested and made full mages, and you will work with him most closely with him. Assisting the first enchanter will be the senior enchanters, a small council of the most trusted and experienced magi in the tower. From this group, the next first enchanter is always chosen. Beneath the council are the enchanters. These are the teachers and mentors of the tower, and you must get to know them in order to keep your finger on the pulse of the circle, for the enchanters will always know what is happening among the children. All those who have passed through their harrowing, that's the first test for to become an actual mage, but have not taken apprentices are mages. This is where most trouble in the circle lies, in the idleness and inexperience of youth. The untested apprentices are the most numerous denizens of any tower, but they are more often pose threats to themselves due to their lack of training than to anyone else. From the Knight Commander Serene of the Chantry Templars in a letter to his successor. But we already knew that. I don't mean to rehash things that we've kind of gone over in Dragon Age Origins. So, where is Aveline? Giant statues even inside the buildings. Statues of bronze. This is a door. I think we're going somewhere.
Good day, Sarah.
Hello?
The office of the Viscount is not open to the public. Especially recent arrivals not actually part of the public.
How rude. That makes perfect sense. There's a bottle here. Close this door. No, no, no. Close the door without the blades, thank you. Chest, standard.
I can't do that.
Can't. Yeah, I definitely need to focus on my unlocking abilities. There's a bottle here I can take, though. A rare collaboration between human and elven vintners. The result is a taste that can be called appropriately tense, occasionally requested in Lowtown Bazaar, although elves rarely do so openly. How is that a side quest? Okay. The Enigma of Kirkwall? The Viscount is suspicious, but the bribe was sufficient to gain access to the restricted sections of the archives. The money would have been better spent elsewhere, the archives being almost devoid of Imperium-era records. When the slaves revolted, they hunted magisters and burned the city, at least the parts that could be burned. One account says the streets were littered with piles of scrolls and books set aflame. Is our quest futile? Did the slaves destroy the answer? As Mafrath's armies toppled the Imperium, Mafrath was Andraste's husband, who turned against her at the end, had her burnt. Well, he didn't have her burnt. He turned her over to the Imperium and they burned her. As Mafrath's armies toppled the Imperium, they sent 3 magisters and their legions here. They never arrived, but why march here of all places? What were they coming for? I do not know. I do know I'm not happy with my lockpicking abilities, though. And there's another book here. The Lomaran Accords. 50 years. That's how long it took for the Imperium to drive out the Canary occupation, but the rest of the northern Thedas was not so lucky. Both divines, white and black, declared exalted marches, and for the only time since the schism of the Chantry, they worked together. A century-long siege resulted, with the giant Canary entrenched in Antiva and Ravane, and all of Thedas throwing armies against them. The war drained the resources of every nation in Thedas, leaving most on the brink of collapse. For the giants, it did not appear to be the damage to their armada or the loss of their soldiers, but the terrible toll upon the Ravani population that prompted their retreat. Ravani were people that they took over. They were regular humans. When the third new exalted march had all but massacred the people of Kontar without even chipping the Canary occupying force, the giants finally withdrew. The treaty that put an official end to the Canary Wars was signed on the politically neutral island of Lomaran, off the southern coast of Ravane. 150 years after the assault on the mainland began, the Canary left our shores. They received the northern archipelago in exchange for cessation of hostilities against all the nations on the accord. Only Tevinter refused to sign, and so the war continues to rage in the Imperium to the present day. It's hundreds of years ago. It's worth noting, however, that the Kingdom of Ravane immediately violated the treaty. twice. Once when the humans of Northern Ravane, nearly all practitioners of the Kun, and therefore by definition Kunari, refused to leave their homes and go in exile to the islands. And again, when the Ravane Chantry and nationalist forces, unable to convert its people back to the worship of the Maker, tried a purge of the sword, slaughtering countless unarmed people and burying them in mass graves. It's a fortunate mystery that the leaders in Kontar did not alert their allies in the Northern Passage, or we'd still be fighting the giants now. By Sister Petrine, Chantry Scholar.
Sirrah.
Yes, that between the Blights, the War in the Tevinter, and the Kunari Wars, those are the biggest things to take place within the last 1500 years.
The Viscount must be terribly busy. I've been waiting most of the day.
What is this, like the throne, type of throne room? This is not a king, this is a Viscount. Well, we already read about Chantry Hierarchy. Oh, Chantry Hierarchy. It's good. The Divine is the titular head of the Chantry, although since the Schism split the Imperial Chantry into its own faction, there are now, in fact, two Divines at any one time. One Divine, informally called the White Divine, is a woman housed in the Grand Cathedral in Val-Rayo, that's the capital of Orlais. The other, known as the Black Divine, is a man housed in the Argent Spire in Minrathus. Neither Divine recognizes the existence of the other, and the informal names are considered sacrilegious. No matter the gender, a divine is addressed as Most Holy or Your Perfection. Beneath the rank of divine is the Grand Cleric. Each Grand Cleric presides over numerous chantries and represents the highest religious authority for their region. They travel to Val-Rayo when the College of Clerics convenes and otherwise remain where they are assigned. All Grand Clerics are addressed as Your Grace. Beneath the Grand Cleric is the Mother, or in the Imperial Chantry, the Father. If a mother is in charge of a particular chantry, revered is appended to her title. These are priests responsible for administering to the spiritual well-being of their flock. A mother or revered mother is addressed as Your Reverence. Brothers and sisters from rank and file of the chantry and consist of three main groups: affirmed, initiates, and clerics. Liliana was one of those. Affirmed are the lay brethren of the chantry, those regular folk who have turned to the chantry for succor. Often they are people who have led a difficult or irreligious life, like non-religious life, and have chosen to go into seclusion, or even orphans and similar unfortunates who are raised into the chantry life. The affirmed take the care of the chantry and are in turn afforded a life of quiet contemplation, no questions asked. Only those folk who take vows become initiates, so Liliana did not become initiate, she was an affirmed. These are men and women in the initiates are men and women in training, whether in academic knowledge or in the martial skills of a warrior. All initiates receive an academic education, although only those who seek to become Templars learn how to fight in addition. Clerics are the true academics of the chantry, those men and women who have dedicated themselves to the pursuit of knowledge. They are often found in chantry archives, sages presiding over libraries of books and arcane knowledge. The most senior of these clerics, placed in charge of such archives, are given the title Elder, although such a rank is still beneath that of Mother. All the brothers and sisters are addressed simply by noting their title before their name, such as Brother Genitivi. From a guide for ambassadors from Ravane. Now,
on my floor.
If you have seen the movie that I tried to put up before I started Dragon Age 2, before I put Dragon Age 2 up on my channel, the movie Dawn of the Seeker, you'll see all about the chantry and the the divine and the Grand Clerics beneath her. So I'm going to end the video here. This must be where she is, down this way. Our friend Aveline. So I'm going to end the video here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.